What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic, bringing you our Week 2 battle for the APA Academy Season 2. Today we are facing off against the Arkansas's Razorwinds, coached by JB Westside. His team, I believe he is on. I probably have to find the doc. I can get back to you guys on that. What his roster's or his team name is. I should actually maybe it's over here because I do want to find out. Is he on One for All, or is he on H2? I think he's on H2 with Aaron. I don't know. Anyways, we'll say that's his team. Anyways, we actually had an amazing week last week. Our team, the Tie-Dyes, were doing fantastic. We actually are in first place in the league right now. Not necessarily the Montreal Milotics. We actually only won 1-0. If you haven't checked out that game, you definitely should. It was a ton of fun. It was a very close game, back and forth, and pretty much every single Mon got a kill that showed up on the field. Actually, I think that's true. Every single Mon that came on the field got a kill, which is insane. But we are sitting in first place because our team, the Tie-Dyes, went 7-1. And our one loss was a very close loss as well. So we killed it last week, and hopefully we can keep that momentum going on to week 2, and then week 3, 4, 5, and in the future, all the way to, the finals, and hopefully we can have the finals of just members from the Tie-Dyes. Anyways, our teams this week is going to be very, very fun because we are going up against a very interesting roster, and I believe we definitely have a pretty decent matchup, even though my opponent has a damn MEWTWO. Yeah. I believe he had the second pick or maybe the third pick in the draft. MEWTWO is in this league, and it is ridiculous. I don't know why this was allowed because it's got 140 on its speed, and it's got 194 special attack. Like, I think that's the highest in the game. If I check, yeah, highest in the game, 194 special attack, MEWTWO. The only redeeming quality is that it has insomnia, so I can't put it to sleep, but I'm not going to do that anyways. So yeah, but anyways. We'll go ahead and get into the team we'll bring into my opponent's team for our matchup purposes. So let's go ahead and get started. But before we do, guys, make sure to go down and hit the like button. Of course, this is a amazing battle, and I do want you guys to enjoy it. But if you do enjoy it, just hit the like button. If you don't like it, dislike, that's fine. Just interact with the video, and I'd really appreciate that. So my opponent is a team of MEWTWO, help, please, Kieran Black with Z-moves, Infernape, Mandibuzz, Vaporeon, Gardevoir, Fortress, Tornadus with Z-moves, that's Tornadus I, by the way, Linoon, Magnezone, Golurk, Torterra with Z-moves. So he's got two pretty shitty ground types, so we can take advantage of this game pretty easily with our Coco. So we'll get into our matchup right now. We have Ho-Oh, Tapu Koko with Z-moves, Aegislash, Mega Latios, Dugtrio with Z-moves, Amoonguss, Miltank, Seismitoad with Z-moves, Hawlucha, Bisharp, and Illumise. Now the team we are bringing to this matchup, do I have notes for it? I don't think I have very many notes for it, do I? Oh, that's a lie. I do. I have many notes. So to start off, we have Coco, which has speed for Tornadus I. Our defense is so we are never OHKO'd by Mewtwo's Wise, Side Strike at neutral, or 2 KO'd +2 because I am running Iron Defense. And our set is just goes in once we're done dealing with the ground type, seeing as I only have Mono T-Bolt as my only attacking move, and I'm running Electrium Z because at +1 it is a nuke on Mewtwo. So that is that. We then have our Mega Latios, which has speed for the Infernape. We are never OHKO'd by Mewtwo-Wise Ice Beam after rocks, and the rest I put in special attack. So it ends up being like 212 in special attack, something like that, right? No, it's 204 in special attack with 60 in HP. We are running Draco, Calm Mind, Roost, and Shadow Ball. Tons of really good damage to my opponent's team, and Draco just goes in against his entire roster, except for his Fairy type. What is his Fairy type again? The Gardevoir is his Fairy type, so Shadow Ball obliterates that. Yeah, I think it's a pretty solid set. It actually never showed up to any of my mocks. And, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, shout out to, it was Wingless and it was Robert Panda for the help in the mocks. Both of them really appreciate it, especially Robert. I was kind of back and forth on what time we could play, and I was like, I missed the first time, and we had to reschedule for later, so I really appreciated the fact that he was able to come through and help me out with the mock to get comfortable with the team. Moving on, though, our next mon is our Ho-Oh, which has speed, so that at +1 we outspeed Mewtwo-Y. We are adamant with his Sky Plate because Brave Bird or Sacred Fire will always OHKO or 2KO everything on his team, except for Max Defense Mandibuzz. So if you guys didn't really notice, we're Regenerator Ho-Oh with the Sky Plate, with Brave Bird, Sacred Fire, Flame Charge, and I think Roost is our last move. Our next mon is going to be our Aegislash, which has special defense and HP, so our sub is never broken by Vaporeon Scald, ever. And we have speed for a Vaporeon with 0 speed, and our rest is put into the defensive stats. And that's a really good set because we're running Toxic, Sub, Shadow Sneak, and King Shield. It's a really strong set that actually puts so much work in all of my mocks. So much work that I think other mons just didn't even do anything, so I don't even know if they're going to be that good in the matchup. Our next mon is Dugtrio, which has speed for Tornadus. It's just meant to trap the fast mons like trap mods for Coco and for my Ho and for my Laddie. Like the Infernape is kind of a problem, especially if it's scarfed, and because I'm scarfed, I'll outspeed, of course. I'm running Earthquake, Final Gambit, Stealth Rock, and Toxic. It's actually my second Stealth Rocker on the team because I need to make sure Stealth Rocks are up. It's really important in this game, just to chip down at his mods like the Mewtwo and chip down at his Kieran Black, of course. It will take 25%, which is very important. Same thing with the Mandibuzz. So we really want to make sure we get rid of those mods as quickly as possible, and Stealth Rocks are the key to doing that. Our next mon, our final mon, is going to be totally our Seismitoad, which is the Rocky Helmet this week with Water Absorb, with no stab actually. We're running Drain Punch, Knockoff, Toxic, and Stealth Rock. This is my lead. It has come to is in the lead in every single game, and every single mock it was lead Seismitoad, they lead MEWTWO, and I just go for a Toxic. And the one time they ran Taunt, I just said, okay, well that kind of sucks. I'm gonna go into my Aegislash, and I basically just win from there because, yeah, you're going to Side Strike me, and then I can just set up a sub kind of freely, or kind of force you out because you're not going to kill me with a Fire Blast, and I can just Shadow Claw. You have enough investment and you die. So it was just a good position for us to be in. So that's why Seismitoad is going to be my lead here. And speaking of that, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Seismitoad is actually my lead in this game as well, and there we go. I can find it. Sorry for that little flicker on the top left of your screen there. I don't know what causes that, but hopefully when I get a PC, when I move to Ottawa, I can actually avoid that happening. But anyways, like I said, Seismitoad is my lead here, and I'm anticipating him to lead with the Mewtwo here, or the Golurk. Probably Mewtwo though, because it just puts in so much work to my entire team, and if I lead off with anything like my Coco or my Latios, even my Ho, he can just basically get off a super effective hit off me, or just obliterate me. So yeah, I'm expecting that to be the lead, but no, it ends up being the Golurk, so that's okay. He's probably just going to want to get rocks really early, so I'm going to go for the knockoff here. And the reason I'm doing that is, again, because my Coco just goes in once the ground types are gone. So if I go for the knockoff, then he will basically have no recovery on that thing, and we can do tons of damage to it, which is very nice to have to wear it down for my Coco. But he switches out into his Rocky Helmet Mandibuzz to take the knockoff, which no longer has its helmet anymore, as I can now fire off a Toxic as he goes for the Foul Play. And I'm okay with this. I'd actually prefer if he was Foul Play over knockoff, even though Foul Play is a bit more damage, because he will be taking helmet damage for the duration of the attacks he goes on me. So he's obviously going to have Foul Play, he's going to have Roost, he's going to have Defog. I think he could have Taunt, he could have Toxic, but if he had Toxic, he would have gone for it already. He could have U-Turn as well, so he's got a couple moves he could have in the last slot, but I definitely expect Defog, Roost, and what is it called, and Foul Play. So I get my rocks here, see roosted up, and at this point in time, my goal is to make sure that I get this thing as low as possible and to make sure rocks stay up on the field. So I'm anticipating him to go for defogs. So my play here is to go for the knockoff. And the reason I go for knockoff here instead of, I think, the drain punch is because I want to think that I don't have anything to hit him. So he goes for a roost, and I can just drain punch and get super effective damage off on him and really recover back this ton of HP that I need. So at this point here, he's down to about 50%. I'm going to go for the drain punch here, and we're going to get back some recovery as he goes for the defog to get rid of the hazards. So we are able to, we're going to have to set up those again if we want to make sure that the Kieran is taking 50% and that we break sashes on entry. So I go for the drain punch here as we do 0 damage to him, and he's going to be taking more toxic damage. And at this point in time, he's definitely going to go for the roost. He has to. And I believe I'm just going to go for the Stealth Rock here. So that's my play. I go for Stealth Rocks here as he's going to roost up. And I'm just going to go for Rocks here because, again, that's really important that I keep them up. Had he gone into something like his Mewtwo or his Golurk on my Drain Punch, it would have been really bad, and we would basically have to sack off our Seismitoad without getting Rocks up. So I really felt it important to get Rocks up on the side of the field, even though the roost was very obvious. So he's going to get poisoned or toxic poisoned, and he's very much in range of the next hit. I'm going to go for the Rocks one more time as I predicted to go for the Defog to try and get rid of them. And thankfully, he did go for the Defog, because had he not, and we just gone for another attack, then it would have been very difficult for us to get our Rocks back up. We'd have to bring this thing in on the Linoon as it goes for a Belly Drum or something, or on the Golurk, and hopefully that's speed, and he's not running a very speedy Golurk, and who knows. But anyways, down goes the Mandibuzz, which is fantastic, and at this point, our Seismitoad just claimed a kill, and we have Rocks up, and he has no more recovery, which is amazing. But he goes into his Linoon here, which cannot KO me unless he's got the Seed Bomb from this range, so he's going to go for a sub here, which caught me off guard a lot, and I actually started furiously calculating, like, and checking online for tips and seeing if there's any sub Linoon set that was very scary. And the closest thing I saw to a scary sub Linoon was a what was it called? It was a Salagberry Linoon set, which is kind of interesting. Salagberry with Belly Drum and with the substitute, which I guess makes sense seeing as there was no super recovery berries back then. So anyways, he goes for the Belly Drum right now, and he is not in range of my Drain Punch, but he is very close. We're definitely gonna be able to do, if not 50%, a little bit more, but we're not getting to 60%. It's just not gonna happen. So I'm gonna go. Sorry about that. I have no idea where I was, but I just kind of well, Julia walked in and I had to cancel my recording a bit, but we are back. I went for the Drain Punch here as he went for the belly drum, and we don't KO him. We do around like 60, no, 50, like something percent. And the good news is he has to go for a C-bomb here to, well, no, not a C-bomb. He can go for an extreme speed and get the KO on me, but if he does, he'll take Rocky Helmet damage, which means he will drop. If he goes for something like a Shadow Claw or Stomping Tantrum, he actually will not KO me, and I anticipate that to be his last move, one of those at least, because of my Aegislash. So we actually would survive that hit, which means we can go for another Drain Punch and get the KO on it then. So basically, the Linoon is kind of neutralized unless it has Seed Bomb, which if it has Seed Bomb, then my Aegislash just walls it. So he's going to go for the extreme speed here, and he's going to take the option of killing off my Seismitoad in exchange for his Linoon. So we finally get our first death, but Seismitoad put in so much work getting rid of two big threats, being the Mandibuzz on defense and the Linoon on offense, and making sure we have rocks up on the field for the remainder of the game. As he can now go into his Golurk, as I say, you know what? I got a pretty good chance to just set up with my Latios. So I had two options here. I went to Latios originally because I was like, I live any Mewtwo hit, I can go for Draco, I can just obliterate it. Or if he goes into Kyurem, same deal. If he goes into Infernape, Draco again obliterates that as well. So that was my thought process. But because he went to Golurk and I was checking, like, I live a Adamant Shadow Punch from an Iron Fist Golurk. It does like 95% to me, but I live it. So I'm going to go for the Calm Mind, anticipating him to go for the Stealth Rocks here, because if he goes for Rocks and I go for Calm Mind, then I'm still at full, which means I'll live any Mewtwo hit as well, which is very important. But if he decides to go for the Shadow Punch right now, then he's not going to have Rocks up because he'll die next turn, and that means my Ho goes in. So it was basically like an executive decision to go for the Calm Mind, because it would allow me to either almost sweep with my Latios in a way, or make sure my Ho has a clear path to sweep, and make sure that he really pretty much can't break it at all, as long as I get up a Flame Charge, because will outspeed pretty much everything. So I go for the Calm Mind here, as he is going to be able to make a decision. He has to choose, does he attack, or does he go for the Stealth Rocks, because Shadow Ball will OHKO him from this range. So I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball this next turn, as he ends up going for the Stealth Rocks, which means we are full HP, we are sitting pretty. Our Latios is basically just going to go in this game. There's really not much that he can do against us. I'm kind of wishing I had the Dragon Pulse now, but Dragon Pulse still, which is kind of crazy by the way, Dragon Pulse would not KO Mega Mewtwo Y at +1 after Rocks. It just would not. So I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball here. It is my best chance to KO this thing, and we do manage to get the KO. Actually, I think Draco Meteor does more, but I didn't want to get the special defense drop, the special attack drop rather. He's going to send out Area 51, which is going to be his Mewtwo. Really good name for the Mega Mewtwo Y, seeing as it is very much an alien. And we are going to go for the Draco Meteor here, as he really has no option but to attack us. We're going to see, is he an offensive Mega Mewtwo? Is he more supportive? Is he, I don't know why he'd be supportive, but yeah, this thing is very scary nonetheless. And again, like I said before, we live an Ice Beam from this thing no matter what, as he ends up going for Shadow Ball instead, which has, I think, the same base power, maybe 10 less. Yeah, easily 10 less. So, oh no, I forgot we have a boost from our from Calm Mind. Forgot about that completely. Anyways, Draco Meteor comes out, and Draco Meteor is going to be able to just completely destroy this thing. I mean, it's pretty much a guaranteed KO, and goodbye Mega Mewtwo Y. So this thing didn't even get a KO, so thank God for Mega Latios, because this was a huge threat to our team, and we were able to deal with it pretty effectively. Anyways, in comes the Night King, which is going to be the Kyurem Black, so shout out to Game of Thrones, and I can just fire off a Draco Meteor. As long as we hit this attack, we should be golden. It should still KO, again, unless he's Hobbenberry. So Draco Meteor comes out, we are -1, and now we are going to be -3 after we hit this move. And should it KO, it probably will KO. And so goodbye Kyurem Black, and Mega Latios picks up its 3rd kill of the game. I believe all he has left now is his Infernape, which Infernape is still scary. He doesn't really have a chance to beat me because my Coco will outspeed if he's not Scarfed, and if he is Scarfed, then, well, Dugtrio is Scarfed too, and Dugtrio will OHKO. So I go for the Draco Meteor here, as he is going to be able to survive this hit. Obviously, it's guaranteed he's going to live this hit at -3. We actually do just about half to him, which is very scary, how little that did. He's going to go for the Stone Edge, and he actually misses, as I can go for another Draco Meteor here. And again, if I knew he was banded, I'm pretty sure he is banded, based on the fact that he's going to land this next Stone Edge is going to KO. I'm pretty sure he's banded. So I wish I'd gone into my Dugtrio or my Aegislash, because we could have preserved differential and gone a 5-0 instead of a 4-0, which is always useful, but it's okay. I can now go freely into my Aegislash here. I can claim a KO, and I was debating, what do I want to go into? Do I want to go into my Dugtrio? Do I want to go into my Coco? What do I want to do? And I decided to go into my Aegislash instead, just to, because I felt like it deserved the KO, and yeah, I felt like Aegislash deserved the KO for living the last game, being the one mon that survived, and Aegislash being on the field at the end of the past 2 games. Very cool. Anyways, that is it. We end up getting a 4-0 win over the Arkansas Razorwinds. A shout out to JB, GG, Make sure to go and check him out. His link is in the description below. Check out the rest of the members of the APA Academy. All of them make great content that I'm sure you will really enjoy. Other than that, highlights of the game. Definitely making that double stealth rock play was really, really important. It allowed us to keep up momentum, keep up pressure on my opponents. I felt it was really important to make sure that we had an opportunity to break sashes, make sure the Curum was always in range of the Draco Meteor at -1 instead of being never in range or barely in range at neutral or at full HP without the rocks up. So I felt like it went really well this game. This game had our plan kind of come to fruition. Of course, our Ho-Oh and our Coco didn't really do anything, neither did our Duck Trio, but that's okay. And I'm going to wrap up this video, guys. There are more pressing things I have to get to. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time.